Our goal is to literally rid the industry of the help wanted sign in the windows. No more are we gonna put help wanted signs in the window.
Salon owners are some of the most amazing people on planet Earth. The only problem is sometimes their hearts are so big and they give so much of themselves to their staff and guests that it creates unintended consequences. Our goal is to change the industry by elevating the way the rest of the world sees salons, spas, and barbershops and give it the credibility that it truly deserves. This is the Salon Owner Evo Revo Show. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jason Everett and Doug Campbell from highperformancesalon.com, and we're hanging out today with Jen and Matt from canvasrecruit.com. A really cool tool we're going to talk about today, but I think there's a problem that exists inside the salon owner world, which is that the culture inside salons are changing. The way retention's working is changing. A lot of salons are having walkouts, having issues with recruitment, and you guys have a unique way to solve that problem. So Jen and Matt, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, guys?
Good to see you guys. I'm really excited to be chatting with you guys today about some of these things that you guys have been doing, because you guys have a pretty unique story. As far as how you guys what you're passionate about and how you got into it. But please take a second, introduce yourselves, let everybody know who you are and what you guys are doing with Canvas Recruit.
Yeah, so I am Jen Martinelli. Matt and I are co-founders of Canvas Recruit. We recently
And husband and wife.
And husband and wife.
Very fancy.
Not our first rodeo working together, though.
Yeah.
We did previously work for Millennium Software together.
Right, that's where we met, right?
Yeah, so we have about a combined 20 years of experience working at Millennium,
Wow.
working with thousands of salon and spa owners and professionals, right, across the country.
Totally.
And their number one issue was, how do I find talent, right? And so we heard this all day, every day. And it wasn't until I went on a life-changing journey, right, like discovering my purpose, what am I doing? And I quickly realized from a seminar that I went to, going back to 3 life-defining moments and understanding that my purpose is empowerment. And as a child, I felt like I was the youngest of the kids. I felt really disempowered. My immigrant grandmother raised me. My mom had me at 17. And so recognizing that I was building high-performing, happy teams on the basis of my purpose is empowerment. And so I jumped out of bed one day and I looked at Matt and I said, if the beauty space can't find the right talent, and there's beauty professionals everywhere lost trying to find their right cultural fit, and business owners that are suffering from people that are maybe toxic but afraid to get rid of them or find somebody new and don't know how. If we can build this platform that's going to help empower thousands and thousands of beauty professionals on a massive scale, well, that would have served my purpose of empowerment. And so
love it.
We both quit our jobs. We moved cross country to live with my mom, and we have been live for about 10 months.
So crazy. Congratulations, you guys. That's a big time to follow
That's
your
some
passion.
commitment right there. I mean,
to scrap what you're doing to start something very passionate, passion focused is huge. So congratulations, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, and no better industry, right? Like, I feel like I couldn't do this in any other industry, and still where our heart is, and super rewarding to actually see, when you start something, it's like you want to empower people, but does that really come to fruition? And just to see all the people we're empowering on a massive scale. Yeah. We spoke earlier this morning, and just to hear some of these people's stories.
By the way, we're out here at ISSC if you're just jumping in. So you were speaking earlier today. I didn't mean to jump in. I just want to make sure there's some context that you were speaking out today at ISSC in Long Beach. So what were you
this
speaking
woman pulled me aside, and she was at Beacon, and she was there from Kansas, and she was a 40-year-old new student. She was coming back into the industry.
New student, like fresh in beauty school at 40. Wow.
Very talented, but she did makeup in the past, and she was in a class at Paul Mitchell, and they were like, you need to do your e-portfolio for Canvas Recruit, and she's like, no, I don't do technology. I don't like Instagram. And they're like, no, you have to do it. So she was really reluctant, but she went on and she tried it, and she was like blown away by the ease and how beautiful it looked, and she's gotten 3 jobs with her e-portfolio.
Yeah, so let's get clear about what Canvas Recruit is so people know. So Canvas Recruit is an e-portfolio platform. Like basically they can go on and create a portfolio without building a website, without doing all this stuff. Where does it pull in information from? Like, where does it get sent?
So they're putting in information themselves. So we're giving them a list of questions that we know are going to make them more marketable. And they hit publish, and it's already templated, so they don't have to do any work. It's all on it. Whether they answer 1 question or 5 or 10, it looks beautiful regardless.
Awesome.
They can sync their Instagram, they can upload their work history, they can do whatever they want.
Exactly.
And it's like LinkedIn, and then they can go on our site and then easy apply with opportunities. All they literally are doing is hitting apply, and the job poster is getting their portfolio.
Right. So it's basically like resume for 2020 as opposed to where you like type something up and in the beauty industry you're like, yeah, here's words on paper that describe what I'm
what are
cool
we
at.
doing?
Who cares?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, how are you
Yeah.
showing up as a beauty pro with the art that you do every day on a Word document?
And
Yeah,
what
it's
we're really
not the
passionate
same
about is
thing.
not just about that full-time opportunity, right? It's about all career-enhancing opportunities. How can I become an educator? How can I be a mentee? How can I be a mentor? We have tons of people in really cool places across the U.S. that just want to be a mentor, and they want to give back. And
Yeah.
so we're matching mentors and mentees
that's awesome.
everywhere, like even before they graduate. And
Very
so
cool.
we're seeing these really powerful stories, and what we're realizing is that we're literally humanizing the beauty space. And so
Yeah.
you can get on there and you can look at somebody's portfolio and watch a video about them and really get a sense for who they are, what they care about, why they're passionate,
Good.
and make really easy, big decisions
Yep.
based on whether they are a fit for your culture.
Yeah, super different than, again, to your point, like the Word document, like
Yeah.
I hope I can get a job. So
Exactly.
Doug, how about for you, man? Like as a salon owner trying to figure this out, what's been some of the biggest challenge about recruiting and like trying to know who somebody is beside, like, you know what I mean?
Well, like you said, one, if you're looking at a piece of paper, it's hard to tell. Everybody's
Yeah.
coached on what to say
Totally.
and what you're supposed to put on there. It's
What
fine.
to
I
talk
mean, you
about,
can
what
change
not to
the
talk
names
about.
on some of them to be the exact same.
Right.
Exactly.
Sadly, that's what they teach them in some of the schools. But I think going to that level, and then also sometimes people are taught in an interview how to interview a certain way and say the right key things.
Yeah, here's the
I
things you
think
can say to get hired, even though you're the wrong fit.
I think
Right.
the
Brutal.
platform that y'all are, because then and then you get them in there and they're in your associate program, and 2 months later you're like, this is not the same person.
Yeah.
Why are you
Yeah.
here? Yeah.
Who are you?
All bad.
But I think the platform that y'all are offering gives you the ability to see a more rounded. You actually can see their talent level. You can see their creativity. And to your point, we were talking a little before the show about them putting a video in.
Yep.
Where you really start
Yep.
to get that personality coming across there. I think just being able to pick more of the right people for your culture, because there's different cultures. It doesn't mean one's good, one's bad.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it definitely needs to be the right one for the right fit, for the right salon, for the right provider, because putting people in the wrong place.
Yeah, and what I love about you as a salon owner too, so if you were to put like a job opportunity up there, you can actually say as your requirement, upload a video with your blowout technique or your fade, or you can actually do a cutting technique.
Love it.
So before you even calling this
Exactly.
person, you know everything about their history, where they went to school, what their KPIs are, and then show me a technique that
Yeah.
you're doing.
So
Yeah.
Right.
you said something that you said earlier. I just want to make sure I caught it. Is that you said even you track KPIs.
Yeah.
Which I freaking love, because if you said like, hey, I'm excited to see what's going on, but if you said no, here's how much retail I sell, here's what my pre-book
Right.
ratio is.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you're basically when you're
Even in
looking
school,
for,
you could say, this is what
Even
I
in
saw
Yes.
in
school.
school.
That's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all
Paul
of a
Mitchell schools are
sudden,
great with
Because
that.
that's
like
important.
yeah, I mean, because I think, we do a lot of hiring through like Indeed.com, right?
Right.
We find people through Indeed. And
Yeah.
what I've loved about what that platform's been able to do is they now have what do they call them? Like tests that like say
Yeah.
how well are you at QuickBooks or whatever the job description is. But it'll say like, are you beginner, newbie, advanced,
Yes.
expert? Like, where are you? And I love that you guys have incorporated in the elements of being able to know, well, how productive have you been and what's going on? It's not just like, do you like me as a person,
No.
and can I cut your hair or give you a massage? And you're like, yeah, that was good. It's like really fully getting.
And
the
what's really
information.
cool about it, so like you're in Florida, so you can say,
Right.
you can go on there and say, okay, I'm going to do a query, I'm going to do a search query and say, show me all the candidates within a 25-mile radius of my salon or barbershop
Cool.
that have an average ticket of $60 or more, and you're going to get a list of those people.
Right.
So good. So,
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
so I want to take this from a little different direction, from just a question of like, what do you advise salon owners as they look at these things? Like, how could you advise a salon owner to pick somebody long term? Because they might just go, well, I'm going to pick their KPI, or I like how they do this haircut. What advice do you give people on like connecting for the long term match, so they don't just have somebody who sticks around, builds their book of business, and pieces out?
Yes.
Give me some advice here on retention for the stylist, or for the salon owner, and for the stylist to say, I want to stay long term.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think the beauty of it is getting that essence of personality, right? Because it's all about that right cultural fit.
Right.
And so if you hire based on cultural fit, you can teach them anything. You can teach them technique. You can
Yeah.
teach them all the other
There's a
things.
lot of education out there.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you can kind of help them grow throughout their career in terms of technique. But personality is personality, right? You are who you are, and you're not going to change that. And so really looking for that cultural fit and watching those videos and really understanding who you are.
How do you catch culture? Like, in your mind, how do you know if somebody's a good cultural fit between your salon and them, in your opinion?
I think it depends on the matter of question that you're
Yep.
asking, right? And
Yeah.
there's, like, we met with like tons of really smart business owners, and actually particularly one in New Jersey actually asks, what's your biggest dream, right? Because sometimes my biggest dream is, yes, I love the beauty
To the
space.
stylist.
To
Like,
the
what's your biggest
stylist,
dream?
the
What-
interviewee.
yeah.
And I think it's so important because I may love doing hair and I may love beauty, but I want to be the best mom I can be. And those are my goals. And maybe that doesn't make sense for your salon, because maybe that means I'd be working all hours of the night,
Right,
or
like we need
weekends
people
and
who
nights,
are ready
right?
to work anywhere and
And that's
flexible.
maybe not a fit, because
Yeah.
while I love you and I think you're awesome, your goals don't really match with the direction of what we're looking for in terms of this position.
That's a great point.
And these are just from us like working with really smart people, right?
Yeah. That's okay. You can steal from really smart people. It's a good way.
But it totally makes sense because it's like you can be the best person ever and you can be the right cultural fit, but if you're not in alignment with where this career
what's
is
the
going,
point? It's not going to be matched
then that's not going to make
and
sense either.
Inside the salon, sometimes you have different needs.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly.
I always talk about it's pieces of the puzzle. So at this point, what I'm hiring, even though you may be a fit that I've got that part of the puzzle full, I don't need that one, but I need this piece.
Right.
And so I think the detail that
for
y'all
another
are
part-timer.
offering
I'm
up,
looking for
right?
Absolutely.
So,
Right.
is
Somebody
this
that wants
something?
3 days a week or
Yep.
Totally.
Exactly. So being clear with that.
Is this every position inside the salon, like from stylist, front desk, massage therapist, is this kind of
educators,
everybody through the whole thing? And
everything.
you were mentioning something about you're working with some of the bigger brands on like placing educators,
Correct.
and being able to do that. So, okay, so let's talk about like pimping profiles for a second. Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's say I'm a stylist. I want to go on the platform and do this, or I want to try and create my own digital resume. I don't know. Maybe somebody wants to do that. What are some things that you advise people on about when they create their profiles? What are the most compelling things for people to connect with in your mind?
Yeah.
Definitely imagery. I know you have something to say, so I'm gonna let you
No,
talk.
go ahead.
But
Yeah, that's
definitely
okay, too.
imagery. Like imagery speaks 1,000 words, and honestly, that bio section is huge.
When you say imagery, are we talking professional photos? Are we talking just dressed up
No.
Instagram photos? What are we talking?
We're getting students that are literally blowing us away with imagery because it doesn't have to be pictures of your hair. It could be something that resonates like with you as your personality. We've seen pictures
Okay.
with students from Utah. We're putting these amazing, beautiful landscapes, right?
Okay, so we're talking about like we're talking lifestyle, like the rest of them as a person.
because this is what I like. This is part of who I am.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's a little bit of
that's
both.
Very unique.
But it's
I mean,
both.
honestly,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit of both. So there's a lot
Yeah,
of
it's
like,
not just landscape
it's
photos.
not
Not
just
just
landscape
landscape.
photos, but like a lot of it is like even hair, and a lot of students are come to us and they're like, well, I'm in school, like I don't know how.
I don't have enough of a portfolio.
But on their iPhone photos and how
Right.
creative these
Right,
students
Dude,
are.
these
what
students-
inspired you? Because
these
usually it's
students
stuff like
are
that
amazing.
they see that inspires them to do their work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes,
Well, and so what we're
yes, so
loving
good.
too is that we're creatively inspiring them to think about their work in
Right.
school
as art.
as art so that they can place it on their portfolio. So they're actually performing better on their activities because they know I need to bust my butt off on this because it's going to show up on my
What I
portfolio.
like
good. I
about
like
what
that.
I'm hearing on some of this too is that you, opposed to what I talked about earlier, where we get all this cookie cutter stuff that they took a class, they told them exactly what they're trying to make them something that they're not.
Right.
Y'all are encouraging them to be who they are.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
and-
then
and
they
get
get
them
in
to
the right place.
Yes.
Yes.
Because for changing the industry, so many people drop out in the first 5 years.
Yep.
Because they're not finding their home.
They got in the wrong place.
Yep.
They got, and it not necessarily was a bad place. It just wasn't the
Didn't
right place
resonate.
for them.
Yep.
And so they got
bad match.
disillusioned and walked away.
Yep.
So let me ask on. So how's it funded? How
Who pays for
who
this?
pays for
Somebody's
what?
gotta pay for
Somebody's
it.
gotta-
I assume you guys
I'm
like
a
to
really
make
good
money.
bartender at nighttime.
Yes.
So I make a,
We send Matt out.
I feel you, man. I
Sometimes
used
his
to
clothes are
bartend.
on.
Huh?
Sometimes his
Nothing
clothes are
wrong
off.
with that.
No.
Wow.
No. So we self-funded.
Now I know why you got married. I got
So
it.
yeah, I mean we live with Jen's mom. We rented our house out. We have no
Yeah, you
mortgage,
guys
so
are-
it's
But
So
how are you getting out of there? It's like
Yes.
I mean, what's
let's get
the
you out of
revenue?
house.
What's the
Yeah.
revenue source? How are we
yeah.
doing
So there's a
this?
couple
Businesses?
revenue models, but yeah, I mean businesses will go on there and they pay for post job opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a big one.
So idea of what's that range, if you don't mind sharing.
So we're starting with a subscription model that's coming out the next month, where it's going to be $39 a month.
And so
Yeah.
then you would just have access and could
You
put
can
in
post job
posts-
opportunities.
You
You also
could-
get a business canvas, which is the same as a portfolio, but allows the business to really shine and show up and really connect with stylists. So you, as a business owner, can show video. You can talk about your team. You can have your team upload videos
That's-
and really get out there.
One of the things that we do inside our consulting company is we encourage them to do a sizzle reel,
Yep.
Yes.
which that would
We
be a
just did a whole
perfect
training
thing,
on that.
right?
Yes,
Because
that
you get
would
them.
live
'cause
there.
So
that
you would put that on the
same
portfolio.
concept, right?
Yep. So it's
exactly,
the same
and
concept.
that's where I think the magic, right? Because you're vetting out the potential employee, but they're also vetting you out.
Right.
And that's
Totally.
the
Because
magic.
sometimes it's like
Right.
I don't want to do all those things those people are doing,
Right.
And some
Exactly.
people would,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you get to, so we get the what we love is not only are you vetting the stylist, but the stylist gets to vet you, because
Yeah,
that's where
it
you're going
should
to really
be
see the
matched.
retention rates high.
One of the other things that you mentioned earlier about searching a radius, but one of the things that we've had, because we've got some relationships with some schools around the country, and because of where we happen to live, it's a pretty cool place to live. Beautiful beaches. Never been there. Sugar White Beaches, Emerald Coast, all the good
It's
stuff.
pretty amazing.
Put it on the list.
Amazing.
Go.
Yeah.
But it could be a business trip. See, come
Of
out.
course.
A little research.
Recruitment.
Well,
I think I
we
see
have
one
to do
coming.
something with you,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
So
Clearly.
Yeah.
But to do searches outside of there, to do to define your perfect employee and do a nationwide search.
Yep.
Maybe when students are putting on, where are options outside where you currently are that
That's
you'd like
happening.
to live?
So
Yes.
good.
we asked
Yes.
the question, to your point, we asked the question, are you willing to relocate, and where?
Right.
70% of our members are willing to relocate.
Yeah.
And we
see-
got some from Fargo, North Dakota. That was a slam dunk.
70%.
Fargo to the sand.
Nothing against Fargo.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
here's what I think is really interesting. I think the internet has done something incredible. I mean, many incredible things, clearly. But I think the power that it's been able to do is say, we can help you find all of your people.
Yes.
Right? So it's like, and your people might be in Pensacola, Florida, or they
Yep.
might be in New York or
Right.
California. Like, and so I think to exactly your point of, you said 70% are willing to relocate. It's like, look, I'm willing to leave my home to find the fit that I need to have. So if you're not in
But
your city, so if you're watching this, you're listening to this, and you're like, I don't know. Like, I hear this one all the time when I talk to salon owners. They go, Jason, there's nobody in my city that's good
Yes.
at what I do. And I'm like, why are you just looking at your city?
Right.
And they're like, well, because that's as
Right.
far as people want to drive. And I'm like, you have missed what the internet has done. The internet has said we can find the right people, put them in the right place, and instantaneously get you in touch with the freaking world.
Because
Yes.
someone
You know?
being
So
willing
true.
to move, the comfort level that your site would give them about who they're moving to
Exactly.
Yeah.
is huge. I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? You're going somewhere, okay, where am I going to fit in? What am I going to do? I'm
Yeah.
just blindly going to go in, and there again, go on the other side of the equation. Salon owners always put out the rosiest picture and tell people what
Right.
they think they want to hear about
Right,
your
right.
salon.
We'll give you
Yeah.
lots of flexibility. You can work whenever you want to.
Right.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Right?
all nights and weekends, I don't care.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like
and
that.
that's the beauty. And like a lot of people think, oh, technology, it dehumanizes you, and we're doing the very opposite. Is we
Right.
want to humanize you wherever you are and connect with you on the other
So
end of the
good.
computer.
Allow
Love
you
it.
to be you. I think that's the biggest part
Exactly.
about
I
it.
get
Is
it.
you allow people, because like there may be only 2 places in this country that you can work, but guess what? We can help you find it.
Yep.
To
Exactly.
me,
Yeah,
that's
that's a really
that's a
point.
huge thing. I mean, I think
Exactly.
that's a huge
I mean,
thing.
we have people we have students that are writing bios. Like, the reason this woman became a hairdresser is because she was adopted at the age of 4, and the last memory she has of her grandmother is running her hands through her gray hair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, I mean it's so
You've
powerful,
never even
guys.
seen her
Well,
work,
it's a
but you're
great
going to
industry.
hire her.
I
Yeah.
mean, the
Who
thing about it
is
is,
Yeah.
it's such a great industry, and I think the
Yeah.
better that we match the student up with the proper place,
Yeah.
the higher we elevate that. Because I mean, I'll be multiple different places, but so many people go the wrong way. So many salon owners hire the wrong one.
Yeah.
Because it's also oh crap, we need somebody.
Yeah,
and
fill a
sometimes
chair.
Right,
Fill
you
warm
gotta,
body,
you gotta-
man.
a
You
warm
gotta,
body.
you gotta stop that.
Yeah.
You see an illusion across the table,
Yep.
because you want them to be this.
Yeah.
Yes,
If
you-
I swear to God, our goal is to literally rid the industry of the help wanted sign in the windows. Like
Yeah.
Right.
no more are we gonna put help wanted
Desperate for
signs in
people.
the
Yes.
window. Like,
Yes.
Well, what I love is we teach in our High Performance Salon Academy off like deciding who you want, building an avatar of like your dream person,
Yes,
who exactly
I've
who
seen
they
that.
are, and then you go and build all these other things out, and then you write a job ad. Because when we talk about job ads, we say you want to write a job ad with personality. Like, everybody applies to the jobs that I put out. They're always like, oh my God, it sounds like you're a good, like, fun company that I want to work
Yeah.
at. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, it's not like all this boring job description. So it's easy to stand out when you're looking for people. But you guys have like taken that like
well,
to the top.
what I was gonna
like,
say,
Yeah.
it's
now you don't have to
portfolios,
write a
sizzle
job ad. You
reels.
could put it on a video.
It
I
lives.
love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
So you
A
got the
video.
owner who
Jason,
really-
Jason hates video.
Yeah.
Jason
Right.
struggles
I
so
don't-
hard with video.
really hard for me.
So now you could do all of that. You could just literally put out a video on the platform and
good.
say everything you
Here's
want
what
to
we're
say.
looking for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or even showcase like a day
And
in the
answer
life.
some questions.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
Answer
Yes.
questions.
And like actually show people in a digital way
Yeah.
like what it's like to work there.
Well,
Yeah.
that goes back to what Doug was talking about. We encourage our people in our academy to create a sizzle reel. Like, hey, show education events. Show
Exactly.
what it's like to work behind the chair. Show a quick tour
Show
of
you
the
having
salon.
fun together. Show your annual party. Show your
Yeah.
beach outings.
And Doug, that is, first of all, we're doing a lot of studies on Gen Zers, and
Cool.
they need to see that. They want to know that you're
Yeah.
giving back to
Lifestyle,
the community. They
right.
want to know lifestyle. They want to know
Yes.
they're being brought into something that's bigger than they are.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So the
And
more
it
you
has
can share,
opportunity to grow and all of
the
those things.
more you can share that, and the
Right.
more that people can see that when they're looking for opportunities, the better your salon or barbershop's going to
Yeah,
be.
some people will, the younger people coming up, it's easy to be negative about it, but they're the ones that really want to be woven into
Yes.
a culture.
They do.
But if you're trying to do it with the wrong pieces of thread, it's not going to work. I think that's getting that to your point.
Yeah.
To get people to say,
Yeah.
yes, that's the piece of cloth I want to be part of, and you build a team that way, that becomes a very strong, and it's a win-win for everybody.
100%.
You're happy to show up at work. I'm happy to see you come through the door. That's good.
Yeah,
So
and I
thank
think-
y'all for doing this, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank you for
yeah,
driving
no.
across the country with your children and living
Sleep in one bedroom.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
do.
I
We sleep in
mean-
one bedroom. But honestly, like when you're so focused on your purpose, and actually we now educate on this because when you are just so tied to your purpose and you're true in alignment with what that means and what that is going to give to the community of artists.
Yeah, you're willing to make the sacrifice.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, none of that matters. And it's funny because even when you look at it from a lens of gratitude, like, yeah, there's times I came here and I was on fire and I was excited about my passion. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I'm in my late 30s. I live with my mom. I live in one bedroom with my kids. What am I, right? And you start to question. But at the end of the day, when you look at it from a lens of gratitude, we're building this amazing bond with our kids that they will never forget.
Totally.
And I can visualize, like, in 5-10 years, them looking back and going, remember when we were all in that one bedroom?
Wasn't that awesome?
Like,
Wasn't
that
great?
was so fun, you know?
That's good. Congratulations.
And so it's
well,
really
thank
rewarding.
you guys for making the sacrifice. I mean, seriously, I think
Yeah.
it speaks a lot to your character and what you're doing. But I mean, just more than anything, I hope the platform continues to just do amazing things. I have no doubt that it will, because, you know, you guys have created something that was needed in the industry. It's overdue. And you guys have done an incredible job of doing it. So
Thank
that means
you.
a lot.
what would be kind of like your hottest tip? Like, if somebody jumped on the platform and wanted to get going right away, what would be your hottest tip for them to get something moving as a salon owner and then as a stylist? I'm gonna give you those two questions.
So I feel like as a stylist, we've come across a ton of people that have that fear-based mindset. Like, they're all scared to put themselves out there.
Right.
Right.
So they're
And
worried
so-
about posting anything.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I deal
so
with that all the time.
Definitely the platform makes it easier, right? Because you can actually be behind this beautiful portfolio and feel really good about it and get a little bit of confidence. But I can't tell you how many people we talk to that they're like, well, I'm just afraid to put myself out there. And honestly, at the end of the day, your 60% of showing up is better than not showing up at all,
Totally.
right?
Yep.
And I became paralyzed as a young person too, because I felt like, well, I can't do it because I'm not ready. I'm
Yeah.
not ready. I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. But you're not ready.
You'll be
sitting
ready
home.
when you
Never
do
be
it.
ready.
Exactly, exactly. And
Yeah.
so I realized that all these people were showing up at 60%, and I'm like, oh my God, they showed up, and I feel like I'm way
Yeah.
ahead of them.
Yeah.
But me not showing up made them get ahead of me. And so
Yeah.
showing up, shaking in your boots.
Especially in a visual-driven world, you're like,
Exactly.
it's not ready yet. So get over. So okay.
Get
So
over
tip
it.
number one:
Go.
get over your perfectionist self. You know,
Yes.
we have a rule in our office that says 80% is good enough.
I agree.
And it's like, just get it to 80% and get it out, because
Yes.
if we obsess over this for the next 3 weeks, because I would like to obsess over everything,
Yes,
it'll
me too.
never go out, right?
Exactly. And you get feedback, right?
Yeah.
So like nothing
Right.
is
Yeah.
failure.
Totally.
You go out there, you learn, and now those people that
You
showed
can
up
always fix it.
exactly.
Yep.
And now the next time you show
Love
up,
it.
you're at 95%, right? But you
Totally.
sitting home, you're never going to get
Nothing.
there.
Right.
Okay, so that's on the stylist side. Give me
Definitely.
one last tip, and then we got to run on the salon owner side. What's one thing that they can go in to really do their thing well?
So
quickly?
in terms of recruitment, right? Like
Yeah.
I feel like at the end of the day, connection, right? Like understanding your purpose, why you started this salon or spa, right? How do you connect with that upcoming artist? How do you bridge and humanize yourself from a leadership standpoint and
Yeah.
inspire that person that wants to work for you and continue to inspire them,
So like,
right?
speak
Yep.
directly to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
inspire them and get them excited
Yeah.
to want to be a part of
Exactly.
what
And
you're
it
Yeah,
has
I
to be
think-
much deeper than just like this is a salon and spa. Like
Yep.
what is that purpose? Why did you start this?
doing? The purpose.
Yep.
Let
Because
me
you're going to be spending
understand
more
it.
time with the people you work with than you are your family.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just the way it
Exactly.
goes. You need to
It's gotta
like
be a
them.
happy
Yeah.
place.
If you don't know, if you can't define your purpose as a salon owner, how are you going to bring in talent that matches that? So
Right.
how are you going to stay in
Exactly.
alignment with your team, right?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So that's really, really important.
I
Yep.
love it. Well, you guys, again, one more time, canvasrecruit.com is how they can
Yes.
go track you guys down. Give me
Yes.
some social. Is it all the social handles at Canvas
At
Recruit?
Canvas Recruit. Yep.
You guys are marketers.
Yeah.
You know what's up. So at Canvas Recruit, Facebook, Instagram,
Yep.
YouTube, all the goodies?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So go check them out over there. Again, Jen and Matt, it was super good to have you on.
Likewise.
Thanks for
Thank
hanging out
you.
with us
Super
down
grateful.
here, ISSE. It's been fantastic. By the way, do us a favor, check out other episodes. Stick around, and hopefully we'll have you guys on another time. And I'm sure we'll see you at another show.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so
check
much.
us out.
Have the
All right,
big
guys.
update of the new house.
Yes.
I can't wait.
At Premiere, we might have some updates. So
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
like
good.
it.
Exciting
All
ones.
right. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you
Thanks,
guys so much
guys.
for being on. I appreciate you.
Bye, guys.
Yep.
Thanks for listening to the Evo Revo podcast. If you liked today's episode, please subscribe, leave us a review, and you can always get more information, including show notes and the video episodes at evorevopodcast.com.